What up? Your boy, Dalyxman, up here with a Q&A, but also more of a podcast. I want to discuss some wrestling topics, some big news in the world of wrestling. And then afterwards, I do want to go ahead and do a Q&A. I want to do as many Q&As as I possibly can while I have the ability to do so, because I know a lot of you have some questions you want to ask me, you want my thoughts on, you want to pick your boy's brain, and I want to give you that opportunity. So today, I got three major topics. We got a main event Survivor Series, a main event for Survivor Series that has the internet in an uproar for a good reason. A topic about wrestlers inside WWE that are actually trying to get out, that are trying to follow what Neville recently just did, walked out of the company, and they're asking people who actually left, what's the best way to go about it? And then we'll do the Q&A afterwards. And if this is the first time you're watching me and you like what you hear, please take this time to like the video, subscribe, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, where I will be chatting and tweeting about live shows that happen while they're going. So let's go ahead and get to this first topic. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let me take a little sip of my drink first. So let's talk about this main event. I think this was reported by Dave Meltzer. It was discussed on his podcast, and ever since he mentioned it, I've heard nothing about it. Now, understand this. Your boy Dalyxman has been on the fence on whether to buy a ticket for Survivor Series. I'm already getting a ticket for NXT TakeOver War Games. That's done. As soon as I get the money to do so, I'll go ahead and buy me my NXT ticket, which is going to be great. I can't wait for NXT TakeOver War Games. We're actually going to have two rings. There's going to be a big cage around the two rings. They're going to do the whole War Games concept. I think it's going to be a great show. So that's without saying I'm going to get me an NXT ticket. But Survivor Series, I was kind of on the fence about. I was assuming that the main event at Survivor Series was going to be something along the lines like Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor, or even Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. I mean, those two matches by themselves, yeah, okay, I would be interested in seeing that, especially Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. If we're going to do Demon Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar, even better. But that's what my mind was at. And the story between Balor and Lesnar makes sense. Balor never lost the Universal Championship. He had to give it up because of injury. So you had that to go along with the match itself. Why not? It's a logical opponent for Brock Lesnar. Easy. And so I'm thinking to myself, all right, with that main event, I actually have an incentive to buy a ticket. And then the news came out that that was not going to be the main event. Oh, no, 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 no. The main event that is so far scheduled to happen at Survivor Series, it could change. They could give us a different match altogether. But the main event match that I heard about was Jinder Mahal, the WWE champion, versus Brock Lesnar, the Universal champion. And get this, it's not title for title. It's a non-title match. I'm guessing for brand supremacy, the top brands champion on SmackDown versus the top brands champion on Raw. Who the hell thought this was a good idea? Now, I'm assuming that this is what's happening, that this is the plan. If this is the plan, please know I'm not buying a ticket. Forget about it. I am not going to Survivor Series if my main event is Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. I will save my money, only go to Survivor, only go to, not Survivor Series, War Games, only go to War Games, and let that be the end of it. Now, I know we're going to have Raw and SmackDown also in Houston. I don't have the money to go to all four shows. I don't think anybody has the money to go to all four shows. But I do want to go to NXT, and that one I don't have to think about. But you can forget about me going to a Survivor Series with a main event of Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. First off, why would we even do this match? Who would want to see this match? Who in their right mind woke up in the middle of the night and went, oh my God, I know it would be a great main event. Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. Yeah, the same Jinder Mahal who went his entire career losing most of his matches and then all of a sudden became one of those cowardly chicken crap heels who had to cheat to get a shot at the championship and win it. And to keep it, he had to get the help of all the Singh brothers. And now we're supposed to believe that guy can beat Brock Lesnar. And I know some of you are saying, well, how are you supposed to believe that Finn Balor can beat Brock Lesnar? At least Jinder Mahal looks like he can beat Brock Lesnar. What? Is that what we're so focused on right now? Everything is so aesthetics with some of you people. It looks believable. Jinder Mahal looks like he can beat Brock Lesnar. Well, he might have a look to him. I'm not taking away from his physique. But I have to think people, even if you aren't like hardcore wrestling fans, if you're casual viewers, I don't think it takes that long for you to figure out this is a mismatch. At least at Finn Balor, you have the demon. You have this entity, this persona that's unbeaten, at least on the main roster. If you even consider his NXT run, nobody's beaten him except for one person, that's Samoa Joe. So there's this idea that maybe, just maybe, Finn Balor could give Brock Lesnar a run for his money, right? And on top of that, you know damn well there's a better match in Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar than Jinder Mahal versus Lesnar, because Jinder Mahal is limited. You know he's limited. I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura can only have a decent match with Jinder Mahal. Here he is having a great match with John Cena and Randy Orton, a match that you're candidate with Sami Zayn, and awesome matches with many other people on the roster. He can only have a somewhat okay, decent match with Jinder Mahal. And we're expecting Lesnar and Jinder to have a good match. How? It's not going to happen. So no matter how you look at it, this is a terrible idea. So I'm hoping and praying that this is not going to happen. I'm only going to assume, as of right now, that this is just rumors, that this is just talk. And by Survivor Series, we will probably get a Finn Balor versus a Brock Lesnar, or maybe even a multi-man match. I don't care what you do. Just the match that this is turning out to be, this will easily make me decide not to buy a ticket. Real quick. You can forget about me going to Survivor Series if this is my main event. Forget about it. I don't care what you have in the card. I'm not going if this is the main event. Period. Stupid. I mean, give me your thoughts about this. I want to hear what everybody else is saying about Jinder Mahal versus Brock Lesnar. Let's go to the live chat. How you guys doing, by the way, those of you in the live chat? I want to read some live chat comments here. By the way, thank you to everybody for being here for my live broadcast here. Got some people saying, I agree. Please just go to War Games. You don't have to tell me. You along with anybody else, would rather do NXT than WWE if that is the main event. Trust me, I understand. You don't have to tell me twice. Brock Lesnar's going to win. Why care? Exactly. It's a squash match. You know damn well. Think about this for a minute. So let's say Jinder Mahal does beat Brock Lesnar. That's not going to help Jinder because we know he's not going to beat Brock Lesnar clean. He's going to cheat to beat him. Doesn't help Jinder at all. And it hurts Brock Lesnar. It takes away from his main attraction appeal. That mega star appeal that he has that makes people come and see him. And if you have Lesnar beat Jinder Mahal, what does that do? What does Lesnar beating Jinder Mahal do for anybody? Seriously, what does that do? It doesn't do a damn thing. So it's a lose-lose situation, and that better not happen. Better not happen. Let's see here. Apparently, Survivor Series is 7 hours too. There's no way. There's no way they're gonna do 7 hours of Survivor Series. There's no way. They better not do 7 hours. I definitely will not go. Let's see here. Just reading more comments. Yeah, screw this match. I agree, man. Apparently, the Astros are 2-0 in the World Series. Woo! Respect to the Astros, man. We're doing really good. Let's see if we can go all the way. Let's see here. Yeah, the tickets cost too much to go see a trash main event like that. Yeah, you're damn right. $20 to $300 worth of tickets. Those are ticket prices. $20 to $300. $20 is too much for that main event. So, no, I'm sorry. That's not going to happen for me. It's not going to happen. People are telling me it's 6 hours. So 4-hour Survivor Series, 2-hour pre-show. That's still too long. It should be 3 hours with a 1-hour pre-show. But 3 hours is fine for Survivor Series. Don't go 4 because that's ridiculous. All right. But yeah, that main event, give me a freaking break. You can forget about me even thinking of sitting in the arena with that main event. That's trash. Trash. Who the hell do they think they are, man? Booking a match like that. All right, let's go ahead and go to this next topic. So this next topic is something I read also from Dave Meltzer. Apparently, it's being reported that wrestlers inside of WWE are looking for a way out. As you guys know, Neville recently left the WWE. I hear that he was frustrated with his treatment. The fact that his match at WrestleMania against Austin Aries was left off the DVD, so he's not going to get any payment from it. And then his merchandise was trash, and so it's bad enough that you're not being booked properly, or you feel like you're not being booked to the level that you feel you are. So you leave, and now you leaving apparently is making other wrestlers inside of WWE consider leaving too. Now, it's not showing who these people are. It's saying that it's just people in general. I wouldn't be shocked if it's more people than we think. You would have to think the Cruiserweight division, most of them are from the Cruiserweight division, and they want out. They want out tomorrow, if not yesterday. They want to get out of there. But I wouldn't be shocked if we have some people on both rosters who are just like, get me the hell out of here, please. The report says they're in talks with Cody Rhodes and Austin Aries and many others about how they can make money outside of WWE, what they have to do, who they have to talk to, and stuff like that. I would honestly think at this point, and this is just how I feel about it, anybody that feels that WWE is the only place to be if you want to be a star in the wrestling business nowadays, yeah, they're out of their minds. That's a cult mentality. Because let's be real, the WWE nowadays is not what it used to be. You can talk about sponsorships. You can talk about them making more money, not as much money as they did in the Attitude Era, but making more money from the TV deals and the network and the blah, 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 blah. It's not showing in their quality. The quality clearly has dropped. At least back then, when they were making a lot of money in the business, the quality of the shows were top notch. No wrestler wants to be on a wrestling show that has no direction, no purpose, or really doesn't care about you unless your name is Roman Reigns. Why be there? What's the point? So when I read this article and I see people talk about how wrestlers want to leave, I'm shocked that, honestly, I'm shocked most of them even stayed. I think Neville leaving was more of a kick in the nuts for them, because they're just like, well, if Neville's going to leave, then maybe I should. Because think about this. Yes, Neville wasn't treated right, but I'll be real with you. He got some strong booking this past year. They booked him strong as a cruiserweight champion. Yeah, the cruiserweight division, it sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. But they booked Neville strong. So it's not like he was bottom of the barrel. So if he's not happy with his position, imagine what the others in the company feel like. I gotta know, man. I gotta know who these people are. I can only speculate who wants out. I mean, it's no secret Brian wants out. But his contract is expiring, and I doubt he's just going to leave. It would be really cool to see the entire cruiserweight division just say, screw you guys, I'm out of here. Get us the hell out of here. I would think people like maybe Apollo Crews, who isn't getting a lot of TV time. I'm thinking about people who don't get used a lot. Maybe Luke Harper. Maybe... I can't imagine Usos or New Day or Roman Reigns or Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins, the ones who are getting a lot of TV time, Braun Strowman, all those people. I can't imagine them not wanting to leave. The club, Anderson and Gallows, I'm pretty sure they're ready to leave. They can't wait to go back to Japan because they're looking like chumps every single week. Ascension, yeah, I'm pretty sure they want to leave. Maybe the Hype Bros. If you're thinking about women, maybe Summer Rae, maybe Emma. Emma for sure, I'm pretty sure she's ready to go. I'm pretty sure that girl is like, get me the hell out of here right now. Bray Wyatt's a good one. I mean, give me some ideas, guys. I mean, you got to think of people who aren't booked very well. Bray Wyatt is definitely someone I wouldn't want to be in the same room with outside of his main character because I'm pretty sure he's pissed. Cesaro, that would make sense. I'm pretty sure he wants to get out too. I don't think Becky Lynch wants to leave. I think Becky, Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha, I think they're staying. I think those are WWE wrestlers for life. For now, at least. Kurt Hawkins, maybe. Dolph Ziggler for sure. Dolph Ziggler for sure is about to leave. His contract is expiring very soon, so don't expect him to be around for long. I don't know. And a lot of people. Here's a comment that I'm glad I saw because a lot of people are saying this. No one is leaving. They get paid pretty well to leave. Why would they leave when they're getting paid very well? It's not about the money, man. These are people who, and this is coming from someone who is currently looking into a profession where I'm actually passionate about what I'm doing. It's one thing to have a job and get paid for it, but I don't like that mentality because a lot of people who just do jobs just to make money, they're uninspired. They hate their lives. They're miserable. They wake up every day just to do something that they hate, but they have to so they can have money and they can, go home and sleep in a bed and then wake up and go back to the job they hate? That's a miserable life. Especially when you're, 26, 28, 30, 31. We're talking about young adults in the prime of their lives. Nobody wants to spend their lives working at a job they hate. Nobody wants to do that. So this argument that, Dalyxman, they're getting paid. I'm pretty sure they can get paid working outside of WWE too, but doing something they like. Look at the Young Bucks. Look at Cody Rhodes. Look at John Morrison. Look at, I hate to say it, but look at Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan was in a freaking Netflix TV show. He's making money. More money than some people make in WWE. And he hasn't even touched a WWE ring. So this idea that you have to work for WWE to make money, to take care of yourself, to take care of your family, is BS. It's BS. It's not always about the money for any profession. And if you're doing a job just to make money off of it and you hate it, I question I question the quality of your life because that sounds miserable. I'm sorry. I'm someone who doesn't want to be miserable. And I doubt the wrestlers in WWE right now feel the same way. So yeah, that mentality needs to die because that's dumb. But with that said, that is my thoughts on the two topics. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about this Q&A. So as you guys know how this works, every once in a while on my Facebook, by the way, like me on Facebook, I'll post a status asking for questions, and then I'll answer them live here on YouTube. I'll do as many as I can in the time I have, and the ones that that managed to get their questions answered, please let me know. Feel free to comment about it down below in the comment section. So here we go, off of Facebook. This is Jake. Jake didn't tell me where he's from. By the way, when you post a question on my page, please tell me where you're from so I can give you credit. But anyways, Jake asked me, how would you feel if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens won the tag team championships and had a feud with the New Day? First off, a New Day feud between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn sounds amazing, especially with the way they're being booked right now. And I mean Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I feel like that heel tag team versus anybody would be great, especially the New Day. I would love to see that feud. Matter of fact, I know the Usos have the tag team championships right now. I wouldn't be upset if they dropped those belts to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then we did New Day versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Why not? But yeah, to answer your question, I'm all for that. I think the matches will be top quality. The storylines would be great because these are people who know their characters, who know how to work a program. So absolutely, I'd be behind that all the way. Carlos asked, when you go to NXT War Games, can you do a sign that says #Fire Road Dog? I might. Thinking about that. Maybe I should. It would send a message, especially on NXT. Let's see. I cannot pronounce your name. Is it Rohit? Rohit? Okay, well, from India, we got Rohit asking me, how would you book Bray Wyatt after he's done with Finn Balor? Turn babyface. Turn him babyface and give him a babyface run. And what's kind of sad is when they do turn him babyface, he'll start to get over. He'll start to gain some momentum. And then he'll become the most popular wrestler in the company. And that's when we'll go, why didn't you do this before? Why did you wait so long to turn him babyface? And I'm spitballing here, but even if they do that, it might be too late. It could be too late for Bray Wyatt, man. I just think there's nothing else for him to do as a heel. So turn him babyface. See what happens. Seriously. Let's see here. And people are telling me to do it. They're telling me to do it. Go to NXT TakeOver and make a #Fire Road Dog sign. Nah, I'll get kicked out. I don't want to get kicked out. I still might do it, though. Hunter Smith asked me, would you like to see a kids show? I already don't like where this is going. Would you like to see a kids show doing an episode where two side characters are revealed as indie wrestlers and they fight for their company's tag team titles, and the match contains stuff that we see from Lucha Underground and New Japan Pro Wrestling, minus the swearing and middle fingers? So basically, you're asking me if we were to get a kids show version of Lucha Underground. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know if I would like that or not. Personally, I'd be afraid of it because if we're targeting this towards kids, there's not a lot you can do in terms of violence, in terms of creating this idea that you hate one another. It's it's weird. I don't know if I like that. It's going to be hard to make it work. I mean, I'm not saying it can't work because we see PG wrestling shows work all the time. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd be for that. But thanks for the question. Thank you for the question, Hunter. Let's see. Victor. In today's age, we know what's going to happen story-wise. before it does, because we're smart wrestling fans. At least in WWE, right? Because NXT, Lucha Underground, unless you read the spoilers, you don't really know what's going to happen, or at least you're not feeling like you can predict what's going to happen before it happens. There's always reports on what is going to happen, and we kind of tell how storylines will develop. Yeah, we can kind of tell. With all of that in mind, what would a potential rematch between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar not sit well with you? Oh, okay. He's asking me why would He's asking me why would a potential rematch between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar not sit well with me? He has more, by the way. Is it because it has Roman Reigns in it and you're not a fan of his? If it was Daniel Bryan in his position, but you can tell what's going to happen and who's going to win, with the match still bother you because of how predictable it is. So basically, he's asking me why would I not be behind Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34 if it was to happen. First off, why would we do this match again? What's the story behind it? Roman Reigns couldn't beat Brock Lesnar the first time, so he has to try again, and maybe this time around he'll actually beat Lesnar. Maybe that's the story they want to tell. I mean, that's not a bad story. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's not something they can work with, but the thing is, when I think Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, what's the story, man? There's no intrigue with that. I mean, there is this idea that could work where we have them flip roles. Maybe a heel Roman Reigns versus a babyface Brock Lesnar. That could be something interesting. Matter of fact, that sounds pretty damn good, especially if we have Paul Heyman lead Brock Lesnar and align with Roman Reigns. Now we got something. That's a story. It could work too with, with freaking Paul Heyman playing up Roman Reigns as like this amazing Samoan machine and blah, 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 blah. And I guess that would work if you have a story to it. I'd be interested in that. But if we're just doing Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar again, so we can have Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar, so he can be put over, and so people can start saying that Roman Reigns is the best wrestler in the world, and blah 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 blah. I'm not trying to get behind that. And to answer your question about the Daniel Bryan story, in 2015, Bryan lost the championship because of injury. He never lost it one-on-one. He was never truly defeated one-on-one. So he rightfully had an opportunity to fight for that championship that he never got a chance to cash in. So the story was there. Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, which was supposed to happen at SummerSlam, by the way. The story was there. Could the conquering hero who defeated this corporate machine called the not the I just forgot. What was Triple H's name? What was the Triple H stable again? Whatever. He conquered Triple H's stable. I have a short memory. And, he defeated the odds. He got the crowd behind him. And now all of a sudden, he has to go up against this monster. Now, if we were to have followed WWE's story from the get-go, Bryan never got injured and he lost to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, which was going to happen. He was going to lose to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. That's still good because then you could tell the story of the underdog babyface who wants to come back and fight the beast again at WrestleMania. You still had something. Thank you. It's called The Authority. I appreciate that. The Authority. There's still a story with that. And then you also have the intrigue of, can Bryan, this clearly outmatched, smaller wrestler, take on this overbearing, clearly powerful, much more muscular beast? Could he conquer the dragon? You don't get any better than that. Those are the best kind of stories to tell. And those are the best matches to have. I'm sorry, with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, what story are they going to tell? What story are they going to tell? The only story that you can tell is the story of Brock Lesnar beating Roman Reigns, because people don't want to see Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar. They don't. So if you turn him heel and then you have Brock Lesnar be the guy people root for, you got something there. But if you're just going to have Roman Reigns go in and fight Brock Lesnar with no story and no purpose because he wants to beat the guy who's Universal Champion, there's nothing you're going to get out of that. And then Roman Reigns beats Brock Lesnar, then what? Then what? Oh, he's going to be put over? Nobody's going to care, man. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody cares about it. It's not going to work. That's just my thoughts on it. So, again, there is no story to it right now. If they manage to get a story behind it, I might change my mind, but I don't care. Ryan Alford from Texas. What's good, man? Ryan asked, if you could repackage any star on the main roster, choosing one from Raw and one from SmackDown, who would you choose and how would you repackage them? Repackaging. Apollo Crews from Raw. I don't even have to think about that. Apollo Crews from Raw. Definitely turn him heel. We need to get him a personality. I liked how he was as Yuha Nation on the main roster. On the Indies. He was never in Yuha Nation on the main roster. On the Indies, where he was athletic, but he was cocky. He was very arrogant about his moveset. He knew he was good. Anytime he did a moonsault, he would pose. He'd do that pose about it. He didn't take no crap. He needs to show some aggression. And I think that would be great for Apollo Crews. I don't think it's going to work for him on the main roster, though. I think that sucks. That on the main roster, in WWE, he's not going to get the opportunity to shine, which sucks. So that's my pick for Raw. For SmackDown, do I want to say Luke Harper? That's the first one that popped to my head. Thing is, I don't know how to repackage Luke Harper except for just letting him go out there and be him. I personally think Luke Harper as him would get over a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard to repackage the Luke Harper. It's hard to repackage him, especially after what they are doing with him now with the Bludgeon Brothers. Is anybody asking me about that? I wonder who's asking me about the Bludgeon Brothers. Nobody asked me about that. Okay, well, yeah. This tag team with the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, it's Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, but I'm a little worried about it. It sounds hokey. Just saying. But yeah, I definitely would try to give Luke Harper a singles run. I think he'd be great. Now, some people just asked me about this too. How would I feel about repackaging Rusev? Absolutely. Turn that motherfucker babyface. He's way too entertaining to not at least give a babyface run to. Just to see how he works. He could actually do some good things. But we'll never know. He'll be gone very soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But for me, Apollo Crews and Luke Harper are people I would repackage because I think they have main event momentum behind them. Let's see. Darius asked me, who would be a better foreign heel, Muhammad Hassan or Jinder Mahal? Really? Who would be a better foreign heel, Muhammad Hassan or Jinder Mahal? Muhammad Hassan almost got SmackDown kicked off the UPN network. They literally had to kill his gimmick because the UPN network was scared that it was too controversial. And you're going to ask me if Jinder Mahal or Muhammad Hassan, or even not even just that, if Jinder Mahal could compare to him. Come on, man. Hell yeah. Jinder Mahal's a freaking chump compared to Muhammad Hassan. Muhammad Hassan, man. Absolutely. To answer that question. And who had the better theme? Baron Corbin or Aleister Black? Oh, Aleister Black, absolutely. Love Aleister Black's theme. That's just one hell of a theme song, man. I love it. Okay, let's see. Another one that's hard to pronounce. Shabazz? I'm going to go Shabazz. Shabazz Ali asked me, what do you think would be the future of the Shield? Is WWE only doing this to fill up TLC? It can't last longer than maybe a couple of months, honestly, because you have to think that TLC is just a one-time thing. They might do one more match with them at Survivor Series, but yeah, it's a one-time thing. It's their anniversary, so I guess you can push it to Survivor Series, but don't expect the Shield to be around when Royal Rumble rolls around. They might be split up by then. If they keep them around that long, we've already gone too long with them. They've overstayed their welcome. Fans will boo them. More than likely. Let's see. Christopher Sims. Should WWE cancel 205 Live? Yes. Because it's doing nothing. All you're doing is just making these cruiserweights work twice a week on shows that nobody watches. Sorry. 205 Live, nobody's watching that. Nobody wants to stay an hour after SmackDown after they've been sitting for about 4 hours and driving for more than that. They're ready to go home. They're ready to go home. So I do think they should cancel 205 Live and start something else with the cruiserweights. What's your top 3 favorite wrestling promotions outside of WWE? Easy. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Lucha Underground. Do I want to say PWG? I can't say NXT because that's still a part of WWE. Sure, Lucha Underground, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and PWG. Easy. Isaiah Webb, one of my loyal subscribers here. Isaiah asked, WWE may have signed Leo Rush and will probably sign Ricochet soon, but how badly do factors such as the rough schedule, working on Christmas, firing people for petty reasons, Jimmy Jacobs, and bad booking decisions causing wrestlers to leave, Austin Aries, Cody Rhodes, Neville, hurt their chances of signing people fresh off the free agent market? As much as I would like to say it hurts it really badly, I don't know. I kind of feel like WWE will get talent to come regardless of how we feel about it. I think every wrestler has a dream to one day work for WWE, WWF. Whether the company is in good condition or not, they still want to work in the same ring that Hulk Hogan, that Ric Flair, that The Rock, that Stone Cold Steve Austin, that The Undertaker, that Bret Hart, that Andre the Giant, that Macho Man Randy Savage, that Mick Foley, that Edge, that John Cena, that Rey Mysterio, that I can't say Sting, that's WCW, Triple H, that so many others have bled, have sweated, and have built. They want to be able to say they did that. So I doubt what's happening with the fans and with Neville and with people working on Christmas is going to stop Ricochet and others from signing with them. I'm not saying it's going to have no effect. I do think wrestlers are starting to see that this is not the place to be. I just kind of feel like, for me, WWE has built such a reputation. Its reputation is so strong that it doesn't matter how many bad things it does. People are still going to want to work for WWE, and that's just how it is. But thanks for the question. How would you book the Universal Championship from now through WrestleMania? So, Survivor Series, Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. And then, well, would I do the Demon? Yes. Tell you what, Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar, the Demon at Survivor Series. That match ends in a no contest because it ends in a double count out. Well, double knockout. Let's go double knockout. This way, we keep the belt on Brock Lesnar, but Finn Balor doesn't look weak because he lost to Brock. It ends in a no contest. And this way, Finn Balor is seen on the level of Brock Lesnar. So you're good. Brock Lesnar's next opponent. See, I don't even want to give him Seth Rollins at Royal Rumble. I want to give him Seth Rollins in December. And then we'll do Cesaro and Brock Lesnar and freaking January. Personally, I do want to have a match between Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles one good time. See, let me ask you a question first off before I get ahead of myself. basically his opponents going up to WrestleMania is Finn Balor, Demon Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and of course Roman Reigns. But personally, after he's done with Raw, I would send Brock Lesnar to SmackDown so he can fight AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and many others before he gets out of WWE in August. Because I do think he has to have a match. He has to have a match with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, some people are asking me, would I do Joe and Lesnar again? Only if Joe beats Lesnar. That's the only reason I would do it. I would hate for them to have another Braun Strowman on their hands. That one was from Nicholas, who is Ultra Shadow in the live chat from Atlanta, Georgia. You didn't have to put that on here. I knew where you're from, bruh. I knew where you're from. Oh, another question from Isaiah. And by the way, Isaiah's from Norfolk, Virginia. I think your claim that pure baby faces have trouble getting over in WWE nowadays is true. But I do think there are exceptions to the rule. People like Becky Lynch. People like Johnny Gargano, who is on NXT. Keep this in mind. Be careful. I said this in the video, too. NXT doesn't count. Becky Lynch, Bayley, Johnny Gargano, they came from NXT. Now, Becky Lynch got over on SmackDown when they had good booking, so I'll give you that one. But it's kind of hard to make Johnny Gargano an example because he has a platform to get over as a pure babyface. But let's continue. I do see similarities in both Johnny Gargano and somebody like a Sami Zayn with the sympathy and storytelling character traits. But having an edge is important. Do you think Gargano will struggle like Sami Zayn did on the main roster, or will he succeed like Becky Lynch did during her reign in 2016? Well, again, that only depends on who's writing and what show he's on. I don't think Johnny Gargano will get over on the main roster nowadays because I think main roster can't write pure baby faces. And let me just talk about this too, because I had a lot of people in past videos, especially that video that you're talking about, telling me, well, Jeff Hardy and Ultimate Warrior and Daniel Bryan and blah, 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 blah. Everybody's telling me that there have been people who got over as pure baby faces in WWE. First off, I gotta say this. When I say nowadays, keep that in mind. Nowadays, okay, Jeff Hardy, yes, he did get over as a pure babyface when he was on his run, because they booked him. Oh my God, they gave him the most sympathetic story in the freaking world. This guy is a drug addict who's coming back to get his redemption and make it to the main event scene. You can't get any better than that. So it was really easy to get behind Jeff Hardy as that babyface, but keep this in mind. The video was also talking about people who came in as a babyface and stayed a babyface. And there's only been 2 people that I know who did that and became like megastars. And even the second one, I can't even say is a megastar, he's a star. And that's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Hulk Hogan. So in my opinion, you can't really even say Jeff Hardy because he came into WWE as a heel. But to answer your question about Johnny Gargano, I do see him getting over on NXT as a pure babyface. On the main roster, I don't see it happening. I think he'll need to do a Sami Zayn and turn heel. Now, with that said, I do think there is life after the heel run for Johnny Gargano. I do think if Johnny Gargano goes to get to the main roster, do a heel turn, have a heel run, I do think he could get over and become a big star for the company as a babyface afterwards. But only afterwards. Same thing for Sami Zayn. And a lot of people right now are asking me how to pronounce my name. Dalyxman. So, Dalyxman. And people are asking me where that come from. So, as you know, my name is Alyx. So, the Lex and Alyx. Take the Lex and Alyx, so Lex, and think the Dalyxman, but change the to Dalyxman. Like Dalyxman. That's where I got that from. I didn't come up with that, by the way. That was given to me on a wrestling forum. I've been thinking about changing it for a while. I might just keep it. I've already built a reputation for it. It's on WWE's YouTube channel. I'm going to keep it. I might change it, though. It depends. But if you search, and that's one thing, too, about my name. Those of you asking me why I've kept Dalyxman for a while and haven't changed it, it's both a business decision and personal. Business-wise, Dalyxman has millions of hits for both mashups and YouTube videos. If you search Dalyxman, it's Jesus Lord. Like, it comes up right away, and I'm scared that if I changed it now to Alyx, which is what I would change it to, it would be hard to find me. I might actually lose some views because of that business-wise. Personally, I like it. I just like the name. I like its uniqueness. I like how it's something that I created, and people have caught on to it. Yes, it is annoying that people mispronounce it, but it's Dalyxman. It is. And people are telling me right now to keep it because it's unique. So, yeah, absolutely. That's why I haven't changed it yet. But to answer your question, Norfolk, I don't think Johnny Gargano will get over the main roster as of today. That might change. Mark asks me, with the NXT roster being so stacked, who do you see being the next 5 NXT champions? 5. Following Drew McIntyre, by the way. I'm going to assume that you mean that. Adam Cole, Hideo Itami, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and here's a big one. This one might shock you, but I think with the right booking, he can make this work. Patrick Clark, the Velveteen Dream. Seriously, Velveteen Dream is really growing on me. Now, I would replace him with Lars Sullivan, who's quickly becoming a beast. Lars Sullivan looks like he could do some great things. But without question, Adam Cole is going to be an NXT champion. It's going to happen. Hideo Itami is going to be an NXT champion. It's going to happen. Maybe you could say Cassius Ohno. I think Cassius Ohno will be somebody that goes up to the main roster without touching that championship. I do think Hideo Itami will eventually get that belt before he goes to the main roster. That's just me. Excuse me. But yeah, absolutely. I do think those 5 would be great NXT champions. Alfredo asks me, is The Miz versus Chris Jericho a good idea for WrestleMania 34? No, 34. Excuse me. WrestleMania 34. Now, don't get me wrong. The program sounds great. The segments would be amazing. Miz TV versus the highlight reel? Man. I'm just saying. But as a match for WrestleMania, I don't hate it, but it's... When I think Miz versus Chris Jericho, I don't think WrestleMania. Survivor Series, sure. Royal Rumble, maybe. A B pay-per-view, sure. Grandest stage of them all? I don't know. I don't know about that. That's just my opinion. Johnny from Virginia asked me, if Chris Benoit would have won the first ever Money in the Bank, how would WWE mention it? Wow. That would suck. Wouldn't that suck? Well, they would basically say Vacant was the first ever champion to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. And leave it at that, because apparently Vacant won the championship at WrestleMania 20. Anyways, My second question is, if Roman Reigns would have not gotten injured in 2014, do you think he would have still gotten booed at Royal Rumble in 2015? I honestly believe, despite his injury, fans are already starting to turn on Roman Reigns. I do feel like they were kind of pushing him a little too hard to begin with. I do think after seeing his match at SummerSlam, I remember saying this too. I said, okay, we need to back off of Roman. He's being pushed way too hard. Slow down. Take your time with him. Let fans naturally grow on him and then push him to the main event scene. Right now, we're kind of force-feeding him. And I do feel like that's what happened. I do think he was force-fed. The injury didn't help. I think the injury, where he was out for a good portion of that year, and then they just brought him back and shot him straight to the main event scene, which didn't help at all. I don't know. I just kind of feel like right now, even if he didn't get injured, it was way too soon in 2014. Way too soon. Maybe they could have done a story to make it work. I don't know what you would have done, but that's just me. Let's see here. Daniel, what other talents do you think would benefit the most from leaving WWE? Bray Wyatt. Easy. Rusev. Dolph Ziggler for sure. The minute Ziggler leaves and goes to New Japan Pro Wrestling or PWG, he's gonna be he's gonna get over. He's gonna do some crazy stuff. I'm trying to think. There's so many others. Cesaro, absolutely. Get him the hell out of there. The club, send them back to New Japan. AJ Styles is doing fine. Emma, that's one. Help me out. You guys help me out down below. But yeah, that's definitely a couple that I can think of. Raheem asked me, buy or sell, Tyrus versus Aleister Black or Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. Oh, wait. Oh, this is all a match. Will Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet versus AJ Styles versus Leo Rush for the main event at WrestleMania. I'll take the second one. Seriously. Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay, AJ Styles, Ricochet, and Leo Rush. We're talking about match of the century here, sir. Just saying. Rohan from London. Who do you think would win in a real fight, New Jack or Haku? See, New Jack would use a weapon. So maybe New Jack. If we're talking one-on-one, like hand-to-hand, Haku would kill him. But if New Jack was to use weapons, I think New Jack would probably get the one-up over him. Robert asked me. He asked me a wrestling question and a non-wrestling question. So this is Robert from San Francisco. What do you think are the chances that NXT signs Killshot and Dante Fox as a tag team? Whoa. They would get AR Fox and Killshot. Ooh, I like that. Seriously, I'm digging that. The chances, not high because neither one of them want to go to WWE, but if they were to get them, that would be crazy. And your non-wrestling question says, what did you think of season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Are you excited for season 5? I thought season 4 was awesome. Loved Ada. I loved the story arcs with the Ghost Rider, the LMDs. I loved the last. I don't know how many episodes was it was like the mid-season finale when they all went into the network, and then all that all the way up to the finale. How many episodes was in that? That was my favorite part. That was spectacular. And that was written by Josh Wheaton's family, Jed Wheaton and his sister. Those Wheatons, you can't beat them when it comes to storytelling. They're some of the best story writers in the world. Anytime I see a Wheaton on a show, on a movie, I'm gonna say, yep, we're about to have a good show. We're about to have a good show. We're about to have a good movie. But yeah, I thought it was great, and I can't wait for December 1st. December 1st is when season 5 comes out. Let's see. Juan Miller asked, do you think the Cruiserweight division can survive without Neville? I don't think it survived with Neville. Sorry, I don't think it survived with Neville, honestly. Can Bray Wyatt be saved, or should he leave? Turn him babyface and we'll see. And if it doesn't work, yeah, he needs to leave. Okay. Finally, somebody asked it. What's your thoughts on the Bludgeon Brothers? So, the Bludgeon Brothers, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, that's their new tag team name. I saw their segment on SmackDown. First impressions, it looks hokey. It looks like a 1995 WWF gimmick. And I'm scared it's going to bomb. I wish it was just Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Just let them be themselves. Seriously, I think that's the only thing you can do right now. Just be yourselves. Because in terms of a gimmick, what would I give them? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know what we'll do with that, man. That's just my opinion on that. But in terms of them being together as a tag team, should have always been. That shouldn't have ever been out of the question. They are always good as a tag team. If you're gonna split them up, Luke Harper should be the one that gets the main event push. But yeah, they make a good tag team. If they're not doing anything, put them in a tag team. Absolutely. Jason from Missouri. How would you feel if WWE came up with a new dangerous structure besides Hell in a Cell and the Elimination Chamber? What would you call it, first off? And what else would you do? Personally, we already have enough crazy contraptions. We have the Hell in a Cell, and we have Elimination Chamber, and then we have the Ambrose Asylum. The Asylum. We're good. We don't need any more. No more. I personally think if they were to do that, I would be burnt out. Like, don't do any more. We're good. And I don't know what you would call it. It'd be freaking stupid, honestly. Mario from Florida. Do you think Bayley's heel turn will help reinvigorate her character? Like Sami Zayn's heel turn? Honestly, at this point, might as well. Because pure baby faces don't get over anymore in WWE, in my opinion. Conrad from Lithuania. I can't pronounce it right. I apologize. But Conrad, how do you think they will book Bobby Roode? Similar to Shinsuke Nakamura or something new? I'm pretty sure it's going to be something new. I don't think he should be booked as a babyface per se. Maybe a heel. Let's see here. Thoughts on OTR Central? Oh, me and Jeff are cool, man. I always talk to Jeff. We might disagree a lot, but just because we disagree, it doesn't mean I think he's a bad person. We can disagree and still be cool. Eric from Wichita, Kansas City, excuse me. WWE starting to show signs of going the way of WCW, ECW, and dying a slow, painful death. Can WWE change course, or are they too stubborn to realize it? I doubt WWE feels like they're dying a slow, painful death because they're still making a lot of money. More money than WCW and ECW did when they went out of business. So until they stop making money, I seriously doubt they're going to change what they're doing. It's bad. Trust me. It's really bad. But let's keep going here. 2 more, and I have to get out of here. This one's from Sam Katz. Are you going to get the new South Park game? No, not going to get the South Park game because I don't really like South Park like that. Look. Understand this. I used to love South Park. I don't know what happened. It just I'm not going out of my way to watch South Park episodes anymore. I'm not. I mean, the new season started, and I'm sorry. It's just like, okay, I'll catch it when I catch it, but I'm not jumping to see a new episode of South Park. Now, Rick and Morty, all day, every day. I rocks with Rick and Morty. Voltron on Netflix, all day, every day. Stranger Things, all day, every day. Black Mirror, all day, every day. Young Justice, if that comes back, all day, every day. Let's see. Better Call Saul, all day, every day. All day, every day. Avengers. Yeah, Avengers all day, every day. I was trying to say Defenders, excuse me. Defenders all day, every day. I'm trying to think, man. Anything Marvel, anything DC other than the DCU, all day, every day. I can't rock with South Park anymore. I don't know. It just feels like it's run its course. It feels like it's run its course for sure. Let's see. Do you think Neville? What do you put Neville? What are you asking me here, kid? Hold on. Oh, okay. This is he has two things posted, but they're basically the same question. Let me go to this one. What stable will you put Neville in when he goes to New Japan Pro Wrestling? Do you put him in the junior division or the heavyweight? Oh, okay. So you're asking me what division would I put Neville in if he went to New Japan Pro Wrestling? I would start him in junior heavyweight, but eventually work him up to the heavyweight scene. Because I want to see him work that Will Ospreay Ricochet style. Absolutely. Okay, last one, and then this is it. The final question. This one's from Mills, Mr. Mills. Augustus. There we go. His name's Augustus Mills. Do you listen to modern day rap? If you do, what modern day rappers do you listen to? I don't listen to a lot of rap, but I know a lot of rappers. Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West. Although I'm not a personal fan of him personally, I do like his music. See, I like those rappers that actually have something to say. You know, Drake every once in a while will have a good song, but not all the time. Eminem all day, every day, Eminem. Ludacris all day, every day. You know, the classics, you know, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Biggie, 50 Cent. 50 Cent and Drake are in the same category. Every once in a while, they'll have a good song that I'm like, okay, I'm feeling this. But then they'll put out trash, and I go, nah. Female rappers. Lil' Kim all day, every day. I love me some Lil' Kim. Nicki Minaj, again. Same category as Drake. Every once in a while, she'll do a good song, and I'm like, I like this. And then she'll do these crappy modern day, I make money and I get hoes, and I'm not screwing with that, man. It's part of the reason why I stopped messing with Lil Wayne. Because Lil Wayne, when he first came out in the early 2000s, he was off the chain. You know, he was a rap god. But then he fell into the same make money crap that just makes me just I'm not dealing with that. I'm just saying, man, this is just a lot. And you know what? I'm talking about black rappers. People like Logic. Okay, Logic. I fucks with Logic. Logic is one of the best rappers today, period. I love Logic. Okay, I just saw him freestyle on a beat before I even did this video. Off the chain, love Logic. Those kind of rappers that talk about social issues, that keep it modern day, that aren't talking about money and hoes. I'm tired of it, man. I'm just tired of money and hoes. It's just stupid. Jay-Z, I didn't mention Jay-Z. Old school Jay-Z, I like better than new school Jay-Z. If that makes sense. I feel like old school Jay-Z had a purpose. He had something to rap about. You know, I just feel like there are a lot of there's a lot of these rappers nowadays that just do the same stuff. They talk about their money. They talk about sex. They talk about their cars. They talk about mansions they have, and nobody gives a damn. Talk about some social issues. Talk about stuff that I relate to. Talk about struggle. You can talk about the hood, what it's like living in the hood and struggling and becoming something bigger than what your situation is. I can relate to that. Like, I can't relate to the money and homes. I'm not trying to listen to that. You know, part of the reason why Bruno Mars to me is becoming kind of lame, because I feel like that's what his music is becoming now. It's becoming about the diamonds and nah, man. I can't get with that. I can't. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on that one. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this 1 hour Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I will be back probably tomorrow with a video. If not tomorrow, definitely Monday, because that's the go home show to TLC, which is next Sunday. Some of you didn't even know TLC was next Sunday. Be real. Be real. Some of y'all forgot that TLC was next Sunday. Right? You forgot. I know you did. Yeah, TLC is a week away from tomorrow. So I'll be up here Monday to do the preview and predictions of that. I don't even know what the card's going to be, so we'll find out then. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Check out everything down below in the description box. I'm out of here. Your boy Dalyxman signing off into Dalyxman's world. Please.